Hello future Harshita. So this video is private of course, and I'm making this video really quick so that I don't have to edit it. I would love for it to be a one take video. So today we are talking about this book, The Great Gatsby. So it is a book which is of course not one of my favorites, but definitely something I got to learn from it. Of course I'll not be reviewing the book because I don't know how to do that, but the least I can do is to tell you what lessons I got from this book. So I think the main lesson that I got from this book was I'll be sharing a few lines from the book as well that affected me, that resonated, and as well as the things that I got to learn from it. This book is very popular and is talked about all over. Everyone knows the book, so there's no point in discussing the themes, the American dream, the green light, the yellow significance of the golden yellow color, everything, all of those things. So the life lesson that I got from this book was not to dwell on the past. You can't control the past like Gatsby wanted to get. Like Gatsby said that of course you can control the past, but you can't. To let go of it, because as for talking about Gatsby, he did all he wanted. He had this aim to be someone, to have the wealth. He left his home, but later, as he met Daisy, his purpose of to become wealthy or to become successful was not the origin of it was no longer his own will. He wanted to do it for some other person, to get some other person. He wanted to show that person, that he's worthy and that he has all this. So he completely deflated from his purpose, and not to do that. Not to dwell in the past. Especially not for a partner that one had 5 years ago for a month. The last line, especially the last paragraph that Nick Carraway, the narrator, talks about. So he writes about Gatsby. So this is very quick video, but yeah, that's how it is. Otherwise, I'll wander here and there. So Nick writes about Gatsby that I'm blinded by this light right now. So he says that he had come a long way to this blue lawn, and his dream must have seemed so close that he could hardly fail to grasp it. He did not know that it was already behind him. He did not know that it was already behind him, somewhere back in that vast obscurity beyond the city, where the dark fields of the Republic rolled on under the night. Gatsby believed in the green light, an orgastic future that year by year recedes before us. It eludes us, but that's no matter. Tomorrow we will run faster, stretch out our arms further, and one fine morning. So we beat on, boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past. Sorry, I was not able to read very relentlessly because of the light and all. But I think, do not dwell in the past, because I've done that. The past year, the last few years, that's all I have done. Of course, you can admire someone, you can love someone, but not to make them your god. Like Kipling said in his poem, If. That I'm not quoting, but it is precisely what he said. So he said that all should matter, all men should matter, but none too much. And that did resonate with me. And also one other thing that I wanted to share is about Tom and Daisy at the end when they have left. So what he says about it, they were ceaseless people, Tom and Daisy. Sorry, I'm not able to read this. They were careless people, Tom and Daisy. They smashed up things and creatures and then retreated back into their money or their vast carelessness or whatever it was that kept them together, and let other people clean up the mess they had made. So true, of the aristocracy, of also the American dream that shattered. Of course, now I'm talking about the critique, but I just want it all out. So, that the American society was based, and not just American society, because of course it's the same everywhere. It was especially the American society. It was because Fitzgerald talks about the American society, especially, of course. So it was based on the equal rights and equal opportunities. But we see that due to these equal opportunities, not due to, but with the course of time, how it all came about to be. And yeah, so that's what I wanted to say. Actually, I've said a lot of useless stuff, and I'm not going to cut it out. And I've said it in very chirpy tone. This was. I'm sorry. I'm just going mad. I'm not getting mad. But yeah, so this was my crappy sort of life lesson or something like that. I don't think it's bad enough for a first video. I hope not. Other thing that I wanted to talk about was the books that I'm reading. So currently, other books, quite fat ones actually. The ones that I'm reading, number one is Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy, and I'm loving it, of course, and I'm reading it. I just love it. You are completely transported to another world, and you lose a sense of yourself. And I think that's what you want, actually. Something where you can lose the sense of yourself. You are not self-conscious. And this book is that. And also I love it. You're completely transported into it. I've said a lot of times that I love it. So I'm reading it, and I'm hoping that by the end of January, because I have nothing to do in January, I'm completely lazy, free, and a completely, I don't know, useless person. No work, no tension, nothing at all. It's a wonderful time, actually. So I'm hoping to complete at least 75% of the book, if not the whole book. And I have a lot of big books, big classics planned for this year. And hopefully I have very high expectations of myself. So hopefully I come around to reading a lot of them. Maybe I should make another video about those big books that I have planned for myself to read. And I really, really hope that I get the time and I have the zeal to read them. And also another one of my motive is not to buy much books, because I have bought a lot of books in the past few months, and I've spent a lot of my scholarship money, which is not good. I know, future Harshita, you will be cursing me, because that's not good unless you have earned more money. So that's also really great. I love you for that. Forgive me, please, for having bought a lot of books, and I really hope that this year I will read more books. I will read a lot of books, and I will not buy any more books unless, of course, I am going for the book fair, because, of course, buying the books with your, picking up them with your hand and then, opening them, smelling them, and looking at the blurb and everything, it's a totally different experience than online shopping. So the next book that I am reading, that I keep reading, is The Discovery of India by Pandit Nehru. And it's my goal that not in my entire lifetime, but in my youth, in the next few years, in the next around 5 years, I want to read everything that Nehru wrote. All of the books, the glimpses of world history, letters to a nation, letters for a nation or to a nation, letters to my daughter, all of that. So I want to read everything that he ever wrote, and I want to know a lot about him, because he was a charismatic person and amazing. I'm very blessed to be born in a country where the first Prime Minister was an educated man, and I really feel that Prime Ministers should write. So what else did I want to talk about? Yeah, another book that I picked up, because of course I pick this book up not regularly, but when I'm in the mood to, maybe today I'll be reading a few chapters out of it. And yeah, so of course these are big books, and when you read them, you feel that you're not making any progress, because the book is not ending, and you feel like you've been stuck in the same section, or in the you've not made any progress. You've just come from here to here. You've just completed 100 pages, and you feel that's not a lot. So complementing them with some shorter books like the Like I Did book. Sorry, I'm not fumbling, so I might have to edit it, but I'm not going to edit it. This video is going to be spontaneous like all the other videos that will follow, because I don't want to edit it. Like the Great Gatsby. So the next book that I've picked up is Invisible Cities, which I'm going to read, and after this I think I'm going to read the Anthropocene Reviewed, because that book is arriving soon. I know I should not be ordering books, but that I ordered on 31st December, so I can't really do anything about it. I've ordered a couple of books actually, and after that I don't want to order any books. I want to control myself to read. I have a lot of books, and I'll be a fairly intelligent person if I read even 50% of these. So I'm really hoping to doing actual reading than being a maniac and buying all the books and then not reading it. So that's the worst thing ever. So yeah, that was all I wanted to talk about, and I am really hopeful that The Great Gatsby was not, as I said, not a book that I really sort of connected with. It was not a favorite. I liked it, but I did not love it. So I'm really hoping that with Invisible Cities I really love it, because I am liking it, and I really hope that it turns out to be one of the best books that I ever read. I have ever read. So I'll be happy to give a very beautiful review and make a beautiful video about it. So that's all for now. Now I'll be diving into the book, and hopefully this video is not that long, so it won't take a lifetime to post it. So that's all from my side, and bye. Have a peaceful, happy and beautiful day. Thank you.